This is your sports TV station in Lorain, WLCS TV 20.
Xavier Harrison's going to step into the circle. The big L on the shield in the middle of the floor here. And jumping up for Westlake will be Skelly. He'll get the back tip, find Brown, and then get it off immediately. That'll be McKeith Beach to run the offense. That name should sound familiar if you're a Westlake fan or Ohio State ladies basketball fan. And immediately you see the inside shot by the Demons. Connor Meek's going to get that for the first two of the ball game.
Yeah, nice drive. There wasn't any help side defense on that. I'm sure that, something's got to be shored up by the Titans.
Williams and outside the arc, off to the left side. He'll get it back out top. Howard works it to the top of the key. They'll spin it back out top. Damon Heisel wants to work a little bit, not going to be there. Ends up tossing it into the bleachers on the far side. Turnover there for Lorain High, and Eddie Williamson taps his chest and says, that one's on me.
Yeah, I mean, in one of those parallel passes that allowed the defender to actually flick it, but he flicked it off the Titan receiver's leg and knocked it out of bounds, so good start for Westlake.
Beach across over a couple times trying to create some space, drops it off toward the baseline and a deep three ball in the air that time from Skelly. That touch, not hesitating at all to fire that from long distance. Will go out of bounds and stay with the Titans. By the way, I want to welcome everybody on WLCS TV 20 into our broadcast. Everybody listening at home right now, you can check this broadcast out later, either on TV 20 directly if you're in Lorain. Three ball up and down that time for Damon Heisel. You can check us out on YouTube. You can check out all the videos there as well.
Boy, he was out there, Don.
Yeah, he was. I have a feeling there's going to be some threes raining down all evening. There's Skelly working along the baseline. He's going to get bumped. That's going to be a foul on the Titans. The question is, which of the two Lorain High Titans there got him?
Well, the Titans doubled Skelly when he caught it about 8 feet away from him, hoop on the baseline, trying to force him, obviously, to get rid of the basketball, but they bumped him before he did.
Harrison's going to get the call, his first, team first. Ball's going to come into Skelly off the inbounds play. He's outside the arc along the right baseline. A couple dribbles will take him to the wing. He'll have to back off. Good defense there by the freshman, Bohannon. Take inside, shot partially blocked by Hadid. It's going to be picked up at the free throw line. That shot no good. Hadid wants to go back up. Shot blocked again. Harrison got a piece of that before he's able to put it back in. Hadid Nissan with his first two of the ball game. That makes it 4-3 in favor of Westlake. There's a take along the left side. Foul's going to be, no, they're going to call an offensive foul. And I thought they were going to get Skelly, but boy, there's Cameron Brown doing the things that his dad would be proud of.
Yeah, absolutely. Great defensive positioning, and he got called there on the drive with that arm, I think, pushing Skelly a little bit out of the way as well. But Brown, as you say, a good team defense sitting there. And see, that's the thing with Brown. When you got somebody like Skelly, you can have somebody that, quite honestly, is not an offensive threat, but man, what he can give you on defense will more than make up for it.
Try to set the pick there, get the ball as he pops outside the arc, puts the ball on the ground, wants to work inside, sends it back out to Skelly, then off to the left side. Meek thought about the three, takes the drive, foul, no. And they're going to give him 2 shots on that. So apparently he was up in the air when he did that. Foul's going to be whistled on Damon Heisel. That'll be his first. Team third for Lorain. I mean, already you're at the 5:57 mark in the first quarter. You've got 3 team fouls.
Well, and Lorain is having trouble with Westlake's dribble penetration. The fouls are coming as Westlake is taking the ball to the basket. I'm sorry, but you got to sit down when the guy's dribbling the basketball. You have a tendency to rise up, and that's what's getting the Titans in trouble.
Meek able to convert both of those. He's got 4 points in the ball game. That makes it 6-3 in favor of Westlake. To the right side, it'll go outside the arc is Harrison. He'll kick it back out top. Heisel back outside to the right side, and Howard, very right-handed approach to this offense right now for Lorain High.
So Westlake's doing a much better job, Don, of just keeping them outside. They're not allowing them to drive.
Their attempt at a drive is going to result in a foul on the floor. Connor Meek puts his hands up in the air and says, who, me?
Well, I think he's saying, I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. I mean, the guy's coming right at me, and he was moving his feet, but that's just one of those good job by Lorain initiating contact and getting the foul called.
Rashad Berry comes into the ball game. The 6'4" junior forward has been ill. Almost an over and back, and yeah, it's going to be an over and back from down along the baseline. DeMont Heisel tried to get it out to Eddie Williamson and couldn't track it down at midcourt. Bounces it on the line, turnover.
Well, too many. I mean, Lorain's had 4 possessions, Don. The one time they got a shot, they nailed a 3. The other 3 times they turned the ball over.
Got to put the ball on the rim in order to score points, bottom line. Beach with the ball out top, lifts it off to Habib Nisa, swirls into the lane, shot blocked. Just swatted away that time by Barry. Fast break opportunity here for the Titans. They'll stop at the wing very wisely. Heisel well outside the arc, left wing, drops it down at the baseline. Shot Barry wanted to drive. He's going to get fouled. That one's going to be called on Skelly.
Yeah, I mean, Barry, he's athletic. I mean, a great job on the block, and then getting Skelly to have to foul him to stop him on that drive. I mean, good sequence by Barry.
Agreed. Bohannon outside the arc, almost straight on. There's Barry, wants to work against the big guy Skelly again, puts it up high, can't get that one. Skelly will block his putback. Another block by Skelly, just rips it down and goes the other way. Boy, just athleticism. We were talking about that. He's on the drive now, crosses over, works into the lane, got the shot, got it,
wow,
and one.
I mean, you can't do it a whole lot better than that at both ends of the floor, can you?
Foul's going to be called on Xavier Harrison. That'll be his second, team fourth. John Rossitano getting into the officials' ear a little bit about, I guess Skelly making the contact out early.
Well, I think so, but, officials' judgment call, and that's one of those where one coach is going to be happy and one's not.
Exactly. Well, and we've seen offensive players from both squads so far initiate that contact.
Right, and so far the officials have been consistent, and that's all you can ask for.
Heisel tries to work it inside to Howard. He's going to send it out to Williamson. Williamson saves it going out of bounds. Wanted the timeout. The official's not going to give it to him.
Yeah, he wasn't on the court. He was up in the air, and they're not going to give him that. And that's another turnover for the Titans.
9-3 in favor of Westlake here, 4:27. If you're a Westlake fan, you're liking the way this is starting. You're keeping Lorain's athletes from demonstrating their athletic ability. Just into the ball game, Trujillo fires from long distance. That one no good. Bohannon with the rebound, gets it off to Williamson. He wants to push. Crosses midcourt, in between the circles now, puts a hand up and slows everything down. To the right side, that was Andrews. Xavier Andrews just into the ball game, moved up from the JV. To the left side, Heisel pops out. He's looking for a little bit of help from Bohannon. Spots a 3-ball anyway. That one a little bit too long and too strong. Ball tipped around. Bohannon had it on his hands a couple times. Ripped away. Going the other way is Beach. Fast break opportunity. Awkward shot. That one no good. Rebound pulled down by Heisel. He'll get it off to Williamson. Long pass forward to the left side. Xavier Andrews, 3-ball off the back of the rim. No good. Rebound pulled down this time by Josh Gibson. Just into the ball game for Westlake.
Well, Westlake is just doing a very good job of limiting Lorain to one opportunity, one and done.
And you're going to get a foul on the floor here. That's well away from the ball. And I believe they're going to get Josh Gibson as he, I think he knocked Xavier Andrews down, actually. And you're going to get a timeout coming off the Lorain High bench. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. 3:30 left in the first quarter. 9-3 in favor of Westlake over Lorain. Reminders to everybody. Check this game out later if you like. All of our basketball broadcasts are simulcast and archived on the internet at loraincounty.com. Just set your browser loraincounty.com/WDLW. loraincounty.com. It's all about Lorain County. It's all about you. Join your neighbors and log on today. You can also check it out on WLCS TV 20 as well as their YouTube page.
And so far, Don, Westlake has done a very good job of limiting Lorain, and I think if you're Lorain, you don't want to get frustrated. I mean, they've had turnovers. Now they've knocked down their first three-point attempt and haven't hit one since. The last 2 possessions, I think they've shot the ball a little bit too quick. So let's see what they do coming out of this timeout.
Well, Kevin Davis comes into the ball game. He'll take over at the point guard position. Davis is a sophomore, 5'7" sophomore, so some youth in there. Ball's going to go inside. Nice take inside that time by Rashad Berry. Can't quite convert. Follow-up is no good. Rebound pulled down to Skelly. He's going to operate on the fast break on his own. Goes between the circles. Little head fake. Stops at the elbow. Sends it outside. Danny Slavic thought about a 3-ball, then drops it down to the left baseline. Spinning there was Gibson in all kinds of trouble. Pops it back out. There's going to be a travel on the wing. Turnover for Westlake.
Yeah, two fakes at the same time, by, who was that, Trujillo?
Yeah.
Am I butchering his name? I'm assuming.
Close enough. Trujillo, yeah.
How about Anthony? Anyway, Anthony, you can't ball fake and foot fake at the same time.
There you go. Evan Davis gets the ball outside to the left side. 15-footer straight on. Might have been some contact after the shot. No call there. Davis is going to come away with the rebound. One of the shortest guys on the court. Gets it back out top. Andrews then off to the left side. They're going to try Berry again along the baseline. He'll send it out. Gerald Howard wants to move. Lorain High's going to have to reset here. Good defense by Westlake.
Just basic man-to-man defense by Westlake, and what they're doing is they're taking away that dribble penetration and doing a good job against the screens down low.
There's a shot in the middle, may have been partially blocked. In fact, it probably was for Davier Andrews. Will head the other way. Trujillo with the ball, loses it. Berry's going to come up with it, leaves it forward, and a little bit too sharp a pass across the middle, trying to find Kevin Davis. Bounces out of bounds and almost into the locker room.
Yeah, it's almost like Lorain is getting a little frustrated. They're trying to get a 6-point play here and tie this game up. Well, it's not football, all right? I mean, relax and do one thing at a time. And it seems like, but the other thing, Don, Westlake's kind of dominated, but it's a 2-possession game.
Right, I mean, it's not really been blown out at all. Devon Heisler comes into the ball game, by the way, for the Titans. The left side will go. Slavic with the ball, working a crossover. Drops it off to the right side, and Valadis. Couple dribbles across the top, finds Anthony Trujillo. Trujillo wants to go to work, spins to the elbow, gets cut off there, gets whistled for the travel, will head the other way.
Yeah, he dragged his foot that time. That's an easy call for the official. And so, I mean, Westlake's kind of hit a lull here as well, not able to build on their lead.
And all of that being said, Lorain High with 3 points on the board, one shot. I mean, that's the only thing that's gone through the net for him thus far. Berry wants to turn, gets wrapped up, has the ball knocked away by Trujillo. Fast break opportunity again for Westlake. Trujillo's going to go the length. That one no good. Ball tipped around, is going to be saved, and unable to save it actually as Lorain High is going to go out of bounds. Xavier Harrison was the last guy that had a chance to save that one back in bounds and couldn't quite get a grip on it. Lob pass will go into Skelly off the inbounds play. Sends it well outside. Looks to get it back as he posts up. Berry will knock it away and then recover on defense. That's going to be an offensive foul on Skelly. Boy, I got to tell you, I don't think you get that call a lot on the D1 recruit.
No, I think he's going to call him because he dipped his shoulder there a little bit. And probably next year, that's never going to be a foul. But in high school still, that's a foul.
I don't think there's any doubt about that. Gavin Skelly is a pretty impressive basketball player. He's going to sit down. Cameron Brown's going to come back on the ball game.
Well, and I like what Westlake did there. He posted up once. Lorain took it away from him, and then he posted again and threw it right back into him, but he got called for the offensive foul.
You're going to get a whistle. There is a water bottle apparently came out of the stands and rolled across the court. One of the cheerleaders will help correct that situation. Well done. Tell you, both of these coaches work the officials. Oh, I guess every coach does ultimately, but early on here, they both been in.
I never did, Don. That's just a misconception.
I beg to differ. Heisel with the ball outside the arc to the top of the key. A little left-handed jump shot for 15 is good for Xavier Harrison.
Nice curl move by Harrison. Goes up, nice smooth finish.
Under a minute left in this first half. 9-5 in favor of Westlake. In the top, I thought we were going to see a shot there from Meek. He's going to send it outside. Trujillo wants to go to work, takes the baseline drive, gets cut off there, spins away from pressure. Brown then back out top. That'll be Connor Meek. 3-ball, got it. He's got 7 lead-all scorers here early on. And Lorain High got away with one. They threw that one in and then carried it back out of bounds and threw it in again. Williamson will run the offense, tries to run through the lane, gets popped way out top. They're going to say it was on the floor before he decided to shoot it. He got bounced around inside something fierce.
Yeah, that was a good job by Heisel drawing the contact off his dribble penetration. And that's what basketball's kind of turned to now, if you notice. I mean, you don't see a lot of screens anymore, which kind of saddens me. I know I'm a dinosaur, but I always love, flex stuff and all that. Now it's a lot of dribble penetration, draw contact, and get to the foul line.
Well, there's something to be said for good stuff like that. Berry gets the ball ripped from him. Foul's going to be called. Valadis, that'll be his first, team 6. Now here's another point in this ballgame. You got 18 seconds left. That's the 16th foul on Westlake.
Lorain's going to be shooting free throws on the next foul for the rest of the half. That could be a huge factor.
They'll line up 4 across, going all the way across. They'll have the ball out underneath. Looks like it's going to be Harrison the trigger. He'll get the ball, slap it. Long pass comes out top. Bohannon will track it down. Finds Barry in the lane, forces one up from about 12, got it to fall. I think he wanted the foul on that too, but wasn't going to get it. 12-7 now in favor of Westlake. 6 on the clock, 5. Outside is Hadid, works into the lane, loses the handle on the ball. Barry fires from three-quarter court, almost breaks the glass. But the first quarter comes to a close with Westlake up by 5. 12-7 over the Lorain High Titans. We're going to take a little bit of a break when we come back. Second quarter action right here on the Cool Cat 1380, the Lorain County Sports Network, and WLCS TV 20.
Sergeant Jason Nielsen served his country as an MP in Iraq.
I was in Iraq for 10 months before I was hit by that sniper.
He suffered a paralyzing injury, ending his military service. Paralyzed Veterans of America's National Service Officers are trained to help injured veterans get all the benefits they've earned.
She worked with my wife, took care of everything for me just so I could focus on just recovery and trying to get on with life.
To learn more, visit pva.org.
Right now, they're both playing to their strengths, and that's where the low score is. But we're seeing a couple good physical Division I basketball teams going at it right now.
Lorain will have the ball off the alternate possession. He'll try to get it inside. Travel's going to be called on Barry as he tries to back in against Skelly.
Yeah, it looked like he hopped a little bit before he was able to put the ball on the ground on that.
A lot of turnovers in this game, but again, you're going to credit that to the defense. I mean, it all goes back to that.
The pressure from both teams is very good. I mean, very good pressure defense.
Beach will work to the left side. Gavin Skelly with the ball, sends it back out top. Hadid Nissan with the ball, tries to hesitate, works to the elbow, pump fake, sends it all the way across. McKees Beach spots the 3 ball, front of the rim, no. Rebound loose, and still loose, all the way down at the other end. Picked up by the Titans, they'll flip it out. Heisel wants to go to the left side, and Williamson lobs it all the way across to Barry, gets it back out top. Williamson will run the offense now from between the circles. Fakes the drive, crosses over, no look pass underneath. Quick shot there for Barry. That's Skelly's presence.
Yeah, a little bit. He didn't use the backboard.
Skelly's actually going to kind of help out with the ball. And Heisel got up into the air and went over top of Skelly. They patted each other on the back like they know each other for years. End result is a foul called on Heisel.
But that's the thing that Skelly does. Everybody knows he's 6'9", and he's an active 6'9", and Barry almost seemed a little bit surprised he was that open. Like, I better get rid of it quick. He's got to be around here somewhere. So he does. I mean, he affects the basketball game in many ways.
Lob pass goes into Skelly on the block, sends it way out top. Free ball on the way from Beach. That one no good. Ball tipped around. Then be picked up by Xavier Harrison. Wants to run the fast break. Gets to the top of the key. Has the ball knocked away. They're going to say it's going Green's way. And that's the point where you don't want your big running the point on your fast break.
Just too quick. I mean, don't throw the ball to him there. He doesn't want the ball there. You know, just you'll keep possession and keep running your stuff. I mean, that's 8 turnovers on Lorain. And yeah, it's been good defense by Westlake, but they get in trouble when they're trying to go too quick against this.
Skelly's going to get it on the blocks again. Goes all the way across court to Meek. Gets it back out top. Beach spots a 3 ball. That one no good. Rebound. Here we go the other way. And ball knocked away, but followed very nicely. Well done. Xavier Andrews follows the missed shot. Will head the other way. Skelly wants to go to the rack. He's going to, they're going to call a block on Lorain.
And I think it was a proper call, Don. When you see where Barry ended up there, he was almost on this side of the basket. And you know me, I never felt you could take a charge unless you're outside that paint there.
16 fouls apiece now. That's the first on Rashad Barry. It's going to send Skelly to the line. Misses the first one. That's unusual for him. He's pretty solid from the free throw line. A couple of subs coming in. Gerald Howard comes in, as does Kevin Davis for Lorain. Skelly's got one more. Puts it up. That one's a little bit more pure. He's got 4 points in the ball game to go with 2 fouls, and I would think Lorain High would want to drive at him if he's only got the 2 fouls.
You know, you want to try to get him out of there, absolutely. But he does such a good job of, you know, he can block shots and not foul. I mean, he just does a good job with that.
Little weave action out top here for the Lorain High Titans. Davis gets into trouble, coughs the ball up. Hadid goes the other way, lays it in for another deuce. He's got 4, makes it 15-9 in favor of Westlake. Davis now, the youngster, running the offense from between the circles. Looks to the left side, then sends it to the right. Williamson lobs it inside, and the foul's going to be called underneath. Gerald Howard wanted to take the drive to the rack, and that's going to be on the big guy Skelly. That's going to be foul number 3 on him.
He called that on Skelly?
Yeah.
Well, I thought that was on Habib, but obviously Coach Hood, I think, is upset with the fact that there was a reach, and you don't. Well, we always try to tell our kids we have a violation.
I think they were saying it was a 2-shot foul. Now the official's going to get together and talk about it. I thought it was on the floor.
So did I. What I was going to say, we always try to tell our kids when they had 2 fouls, like, you can't get your 3rd foul reaching, and you can't get your 3rd foul on a charge. And I think that's what Coach Hood is very upset about, is that was a reach foul on Skelly.
And I think we were actually right. It should have been a 1-and-1. They blew the whistle to stop play, so you go to a jump ball situation, and it's going to be Westlake ball. Now, Coach Hood doesn't want to give the possession arrow up.
And you say, well, it was your mistake. Why does it cost me possession? Oh, just one of the nuances of the game, Don.
No doubt. Well, I'm sure it's an intellectual conversation when the coaches and the officials get together. It's philosophical in nature.
Absolutely.
I'm done. Meek with the ball. Drops off. That'll be Hadid. Wants the baseline drive. Runs a floater. Got it and one.
And again, you let him go baseline, which, okay, but there was no help. Nobody was coming to force Habib to do anything with it, so he's able to go up into his shot, draw the foul, and score. I mean, Lorain's got to do a better job on that baseline drive of getting somebody there.
Kevin Davis whistled for the foul. It's going to send Hadid to the line for the old-fashioned three-point play. He's got it, so he's got 7. So does Connor Meek. The 2 guards taking care of the majority of the scoring here for Westlake. Lorain High having a tough time getting points up on the board. 5:12 left in the second quarter. They've only got 9 up there. Bohannon comes across the top, drops it off to Davier Andrews, gets it back out to Nazir Bohannon, looks inside, nothing doing there, comes all the way across to Davis. This is a young Lorain High team right now.
And what Westlake's doing, they're just sagging off. I mean, they're trying like crazy to not give up any drive and force that outside shot, which they just did, but they didn't rebound it.
Yeah, actually, Gerald Howard was there. He's going to force it back up. Then he and Barry battle for the ball. It finally comes loose. Hadid will get it, fires all the way across to Meek. Meek outside the arc, right side, slides into the lane, runs up, puts a shot up. I mean, twisted halfway around like a pretzel before he can get it off. Misses wildly. Ball is going to go out of bounds off of Westlake.
Kind of predetermined he was going to shoot that one, didn't he?
Yeah. Got up in the air and was way out of position. Lorain High is a little casual with their inbounds play. It's going to bite them here at some point. Have to keep an eye on that. Kevin Davis is going to have the ball outside the arc, left side. Going to run a little bit of clear out on the other side. Coming off a double screen was Heisel. Spots a 3-ball straight on, leaves it well short. Rebound comes down to Hadid, gets it off to Meek. Heisel's going to meet him at the arc, works into the lane again. Again forces up an awkward shot. That one no good. Rebound comes down to Lorain. On the push now, Andrews goes to the rack, lays it in, no. And we'll head the other way. Lorain High can't buy a basket right now. Outside the arc, right side, Trujillo spots a long 3-ball. That one no good. Gerald Howard for Lorain picks it up. With scoring at a premium, as bad as Lorain is, Westlake's not a whole lot better. 3-ball on the way that time for Lorain, no good. Tip, no good. But foul followed. That's going to be on Connor Meeks.
Yeah, that was a good job going after that 3 by Howard, to get himself a chance to score here. But I know Coach Hood says that he never says anything to his kids and they can shoot the basketball. I would have had a hard time biting my tongue off of that last possession. But he's got an undefeated team and I don't, so he must know what he's doing.
He's also got that Skelly kid, which is a rare commodity. Gerald Howard makes the first free throw, has one more coming his way, and that's it. Had a couple subs coming into the game. Howard's going to sit down. Xavier Harrison's going to come back into the ball game. So for Lorain, you've got Williamson, you've got Harrison, you've got Barry, Heisel, and who am I missing? Davier Andrews. So there you go. Brown's going to come back into the ball game here for Westlake as well. He'll set up some screens up top in this offensive end. Slavic with the ball, works to the right side, finds Trujillo, works off the screen from Brown, steps up for a 16-footer straight on. That one no good. Ball loose. Foul's going to be whistled. And they didn't call a foul. They just called it out of bounds. All right. But they blew that whistle a little early. 3:27 left in the first half. 18-11 in favor of Westlake.
And again, Westlake just in this man-to-man defense, and they're just sagging off. They're trying to take away penetration, and they're just telling Lorain, you can shoot it from outside. We're not going to let you drive.
Williamson with the ball outside the arc, finds Heisel. He's the one guy that's hit a 3-ball here for Lorain. There's a long shot from Xavier Harrison. That one no good. Slavic to rebound and gets immediately into the push. Finds Brown. Brown along the left side. Had a hard time holding on to that one, then did so. 3-ball, long 3-ball, good for Bedelis. And whistles toot.
Well, he's got about 24 feet.
That was way out there. What's the stoppage in play for?
I don't know.
Still don't know.
Nuances.
Maybe it's people getting too close to the court. I'm trying to interpret what I'm seeing the officials do. 2:42 left in the first half. It's a 10-point lead now for Westlake. 21-11 coming off that long 3-ball bomb. Heisel with the ball straight on. Finds Barry. Barry wants to drive. Gets cut off. Leaves it back. Sends it outside Williamson. 3-ball on the way. They're going to call it.
Well, Lorain needed that. That was a good-looking shot by Williamson. And that's what's been available against Westlake's defense. Somebody's got to heat up.
Adib Nissan drops it off to the left side in Trujillo. Dribble drive into the lane. Forces up an awkward shot. Barry's going to get called, whistle for the foul. Lorain High coaches not really wild about that one. That's going to be his second.
Tough call. I mean, Barry looked like he kind of went straight up and was leaned into by Trujillo, but contact made. Coolly officials. And the officials usually aren't wrong on that, Don.
No, they're not. Just ask them. By the way, I want to remind everybody, stick around for our North Coast Gastroenterology halftime show. We'll have stats and analysis. That's the North Coast Gastroenterology halftime show coming up at the end of this second quarter. Still 2:12 left in it, though, and a 7-point difference, 21-14. Trujillo unable to hit the first one. Actually did hit the first one, I'm sorry. And it's the second. They get 22-14, an 8-point difference now.
He missed the first one.
Oh, okay. I was right the first time when I said he was wrong. I don't know. Thank you for your help, Coach.
Well,
glad one of us is paying attention.
I don't know. I might be wrong, though. So you know what you get from me. It's a coin flip.
Well, it's a little bit better than that. Heisel spots the 3-ball right side, leaves that one short. May have hit the strapping. They're not going to blow the whistle on that. Slavic wants to push. Gets up. Williamson will cut him off. Drops it back. Hadid Nissan with the ball. A little bit of a head fake. Not gaining any ground. Drops it off to Slavic. Now, Valadis fires from 15 feet. That was just an awkward-looking shot. Is going to go out of bounds and head the other way. Barry thought that ball was coming back at his chest or his head, ducked out wisely.
Yeah. Well, Westlake is true to themselves. I mean, if you're open, you shoot it.
Yeah. And Coach really didn't apologize for that. He kind of laughed through it, which tells you he's not wild about it all the time. Head fake by Heisel, tries to drop it off to Barry. Has a tough time holding on to it. Took a couple extra steps along the way. Another turnover.
Well, too unselfish there. That's a tough catch. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot of gap between the passer and the receiver, and he'd been better served just to go shoot the basketball, let Barry go up and try to rebound it.
If you're inside 10 feet,
right?
You can take that. To the right side it'll go. Hadid Nissan with a 3-ball, drops it.
Well, that was a good-looking 3.
He's got 10 now to lead Westlake. They're up 25-14, 11 points lead spotted here over the Lorain High Titans. Right baseline, pump fake by Howard, wants to work. Puts it on the floor, goes up off the glass and sweetly in from about 8 feet out.
Nice move by Howard. He just was not going to be denied that time.
Oh my, wow. What a screen.
Oh.
Banks one in from about 17 feet out that time to Beach. Boy, that Brown kid is solid.
Well, and where is a Lorain defender on Brown to help on that screen? You can't let your teammate take that shot.
Agreed. Right side, Howard wants to take the baseline drive, gets called for the little hop at the beginning, and he saw Brown and he wanted to go after him.
Yeah, Barry's a little frustrated right now, Don. I mean, he's, and you said he's not 100% health-wise, and it's not going his way so far game. Hopefully he's going to be able to get himself going at this halftime break.
Now they're going to get the call following that knockdown screen earlier. This one's going to be on Brown as he tries to do it again. Must have shifted a hip or something. He's going to give Lorain the ball back with 12.2 seconds, down by 11.
And Kendo, I'm sorry, if I'm Lorain and I keep getting run into these killer screen by Brown, where's my teammate at to help me, tell me there's a screen coming? There's nobody there.
Williamson out top with the ball, down to 5, sends it outside. Xavier Andrews with 1 second, spots a 3-ball, got it!
Wow, big bucket.
That'll give him 5 and makes the difference 8, 27-19 in favor of the Westlake Demons. That big clutch bucket at the end of the first half pulls the Lorain High Titans just a little bit closer right here on the Cool Cat 1380, Lorain County Sports Network and WLCS TV 20.
With video games, I'm always choosing between what my kids want and what I think is best for them.
Hey Mom, how about this one?
Which is why I love these new rating summaries. They let me know exactly what's in the game. Combat, explosions, 2 female warriors, exposed cleavage.
Maybe the other one's better.
Yeah. Get your free game rating summary today, and with it, the world's most powerful weapon, knowledge.
There are those who dedicate themselves to a sense of honor, to a life of courage, and a commitment to something greater than themselves. They have always defended this nation and each other. They still do. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Well, we got 8 minutes up on the clock here, 27-19 as we get set for third quarter action. The officials gathered up at the scores table. I'm not quite sure what they're chit-chatting about now. There's a lot of things I'm not sure about. But it's okay.
Yep. They'll get it figured out here.
Low-scoring ball game, 27-19. Now, to give you an idea, Westlake averages about 62 points a game. Lorain averages 55.
Well, you get that Tuesday night factor, too.
Oh, agreed. Lorain High will start off with the ball. They'll try to work it down inside. Gerald Howard wants to post up. Has his shot swatted away by Skelly. That answers that question. How big is his impact going to be in this third quarter? There's a shot altered at the other end. Brown's going to go up after it and get the rebound, but he's fouled in the process. It'll be Westlake ball underneath their own hoop. Foul's going to be called on Damon Heisel. That's going to be his third, team first here in this second half.
Lorain came out with a great play, got it inside, and that should have been 2 points. And the only guy that maybe in the county that could have kept it from being 2 points was Skelly with his block, because Lorain executed perfectly.
Skelly's going to play outside and set up the guards inside. And I tell you what, good concentration there by Connor Meek. Misses the first one off the front of the rim, gets it back and flips it right back up and in to give Westlake a 10-point lead now, 29-19. Shot goes inside, and there's Skelly again, wiping clean the inside. Gerald Howard wanted to go up with a 5-footer. Skelly just swatted it.
Yeah, I mean, and it's effortless for him, but he does a great job of having no contact there. I mean, he keeps his body away from that and doesn't draw any fouls.
Williamson gets it out top. Harrison spots for 15. No. There's Gavin Skelly there with the rebound. Then he wants to run the offense. Finds Meeks on the left wing. hesitates, puts it up from about 8 feet. No, Skelly there for the follow. He's got 6 now. I think he came out with intent to send a message.
Yeah, Coach Hood might have had a little talk with him at halftime, and whatever it was is he's showing you why he's a Division I basketball player.
Going to be a foul called on Lorain, and I think it was Gerald Howard getting whistled for it on the screen away from the ball. His second, team second.
We got a couple of illegal screen calls here tonight, and I know being a part of programs, that's when as a coach you're always yelling, it's Division I. Right. It's Division I. There's going to be some contact. It's Division I, but it is what it is.
Out top with the ball is McKees Beach. Finds Skelly at the left elbow and wants to spot the 15-footer. Does so easily.
He's taken over.
Oh, boy, and he's just waving his arms. He knows where he is right now. 30-second timeout coming off the Lorain High bench, and probably a very good timeout for them to take. Again, want to remind everybody you can check this game out later if you like. Our online partner, because all of our basketball games are simulcast and archived online at loraincounty.com. So just set your browser there, loraincounty.com. It's all about Lorain County. It's all about you. Join your neighbors and log on today.
When a player like Skelly is playing well, which he has done coming out here in the second half, it puts so much pressure on you offensively that you got to be perfect. Because if he's going to be heating up like this and getting his points, you've got to just, and now you're sitting here at a 14-point deficit. Yeah. And that's where kids are kids. I mean, Lorain kids are like, man, we got to make something happen here. And this guy's starting to go crazy, but Skelly is just taking over here in a minute and a half.
Well, Westlake's going to stay in a man defense. Bopping out to get the ball now is Xavier Harrison. He's going to draw Skelly out with him, which probably isn't a bad idea. Get him out of the paint. Williamson outside the arc to the right side. Howard slices through the lane, goes off the glass, maybe altered his shot there again for Skelly's presence. Fast break opportunity going the other way. Lane is good for Hadid. That'll give him an even dozen.
Well, these first 2 minutes of this half, Westlake just put on a clinic at both ends of the floor here, pushing us out to 16 points, Don.
8 unanswered here to start things off. Howard wants to post up, and he's getting moved out of there by Brown. Shot off the right side by Bohannon, gets his own rebound and puts it back in. So the freshman able to put in his first 2 points of the ball game. Foul's going to be called on Williamson on the hold, trying to wrangle the ball away from McKees Beach.
Well, now Lorain's trying to go to their press here to get themselves going a little bit, and they need to get some turnovers, try to get some easy baskets and get in this thing. It's starting to get away from them. So we'll see the full court pressure from the Titans.
Evan Davis will come into the ball game. That's exactly why he's there. They want him to play defense, in particular right now on Beach as he works the ball up court. Brown's there for the big screen. He'll work away from that. Skelly spins into the lane, little right-handed half hook. Foul's going to be called underneath. And, boy, not a lot of contact there, but enough apparently for the officials to say, hey, wait a minute, knock it off.
I think they felt Barry maybe had a hand on his hip there as he did that, just a little jump hook from about 12 feet. That's an unstoppable shot. 6'9" guy, he's shooting down at the basket half the time.
What's nice about him as a player, and you have to offer him some appreciation. I mean, he's complete.
Absolutely. He's unselfish. He's been doubled a few times tonight, and he immediately kicks the ball out diagonally, but doesn't make either free throw here. See if the Titans can take advantage.
Xavier Andrews outside the arc to the left side, gets it back out top to Williamson. Beach is going to D him up. To the top comes Barry. Brown will D him up. No surprise there, a little flip pass down at the baseline. 2 Titans in the same place at the same time. Turnover as Brown picks it up. Meek at the top of the key, drops it off to the right side. Hadid finds Skelly. Skelly's going to make contact in the lane. Block's going to be called on Nazir Bohannon.
That's a no call. I'm sorry. I mean, just let him play a little bit here.
Boy, I'd say that's right. That's the 15th foul here on Lorain, and there are 5 minutes and 7 seconds left in the third quarter.
Well, what Westlake has done is they realized that this half, whether it was a plan at halftime that we're going to get the ball in Skelly's hands, or he just decided it's time. But now, if you notice, Don, every possession he's touching the basketball on offense, and he looks completely different offensively than he did in that first half.
Skelly had 4 at the end of the half. He's up into double digits now with 10. 37-21 with 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Davis comes around the top, hesitates a little bit. Some weave action going on. Straight on. Devier Andrews from 15 feet. That one no good. Meek rebound. Gets it out quickly. Good pass. Hadib, that one no. Skelly there to follow it and bend the rim. Oh, boy.
Yeah, that's not a bad little follow-up.
Not at all. Outside the arc, right side, Kevin Davis, and a foul is going to be called on Westlake.
Dribble penetration by Lorain. Westlake was a little bit late getting there.
Meek's going to be whistled for the foul. That's going to be his third, team first. Some subs coming onto the court here for Lorain High. Jaheel Moon comes onto the court. First time we'll see him this evening rather. I've been here for a while. I've been in the gym since about 4:30 this afternoon.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was a triple header, man.
You're the legend.
I just like watching basketball, working with WLCS as well, so you can check those games out on their YouTube page. Check them out. LCS, WLCS, TV 20. Block on the floor. That one's going to be called on Marquise Beach. That'll be his first, team second here on Westlake. I wonder if all of a sudden the officials looked up the board and said, oh, we got to even out the fouls.
Well, Westlake's a little too tight now, and Lorain is able under penetration to get even and draw those fouls. At least they've done that the last two possessions.
Davis thought about the long shot, flips it off. Moon steps up for a 14-footer, in and out, no dice. Skelly there for the rebound, just clears out, and now he's going to run the point. Look at this guy.
Yeah, between his legs at half court twice.
From a 6'9" guy that beats everybody on the dribble and lays it in.
It's not fair.
It's not.
I mean, he goes between his legs at half court, drives in, lays it in. I mean, that's a big-time play. Smooth.
Probably could have dunked it if he wanted to. Barry's going to force up a shot from 12, goes down in a heap. No calls there as we head the other way as he missed a shot. Again, Skelly wants it inside. Double-handed jam. And a timeout's going to come off the Lorain High bench. It's a full timeout, which means we're taking a break as well. 3:39 left in the third. Gavin Skelly's taking this one over, 43-21. Westlake over Lorain. We'll be right back on the Cool Cat 1380 WLCS TV 20.
Louis definitely has it on lock. As you see him right here, throwing it on his first hit, no problem. Typical Blyler fashion. Whoa!
I'm Gretchen Blyler, Olympic silver medalist.
And I'm Louis Vito, U.S. Snowboarding Grand Prix champion.
It's taken a lot of work to get where we are in snowboarding.
You know, I love being active all year round, whether it's snowboarding, dancing, or just hanging out with your friends outdoors.
Say yes to a healthy lifestyle and no to underage drinking.
To become an all-star, go to asklistenlearn.com.
43-21, Westlake over Lorain, and it has become the Gavin Skelly show.
It's so impressive, Don, what he has done here in this second half to blow this thing out to a 22-point lead for the Demons. We got 3:39 left, and I mean, you know, like we were talking about it, you know, I don't know, what a stretch. I mean,
yeah.
Talk about doing it all at both ends of the floor.
10 points, at least 2 blocks, I think maybe a third. A foul on the floor there as Anthony Trujillo reaches out and grabs hold of Kevin Davis. That'll be the first on Trujillo, but 10 points, at least 2 blocks, at least 2 dunks, couple extra altered shots.
But
how much more?
Probably the most impressive one is when he brought the ball up the floor and went one-on-one and ended up going between his legs twice and laid it in off of a drive. I mean,
it's not bad.
That's not bad.
Davis missed the first one. The second one is up. That one a little bit more pure. Sub coming into the ball game. Xavier Harrison's going to come in following the made free throw, and Rashad Berry's going to sit down. Not making excuses for Lorain, but you've got Berry, who's coming off an illness, Heisel, who's sick, Williamson, who's sick.
Right.
Certainly not a good night to face, you know, Skelly. You know, when you've got a bunch of guys under the weather, in particular, your big guy.
And it's not. Well, holy moly. I didn't see that.
Apparently the ball went out of bounds.
No, he called an offensive foul.
Did he? What was he showing his leg for? Moving on.
I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah. 3:11 left. Little shot down there. No dice. Skelly there for another rebound. Carrot counted his rebounds. Nice crossover dribble on the take. Foul underneath that time is going to be whistled on Moon. That'll be his first, team 6th. 43-22 in favor of Westlake.
Yeah, Westlake has done a good job, like we've talked about it, made a concerted effort to either get it to Skelly or to continue to drive inside, and they've been impressive. I mean, this is the first time I've had a chance to see the Demons this year, and I'm impressed. This is not a fluke. This team is undefeated. This is a good basketball team.
Agreed. First one's good for Trujillo. He's got another one with 3:03 left. Westlake's doubled up Lorain. That one no, and foul's going to be called on Skelly. Got a little too anxious trying to go over top of everybody. He draws his 4th foul, so I have a feeling they're going to bring him over to the bench coming into the ball game, Connor Meek. So, you know, you go from 6'9" down to 6 foot.
Well, that's his 4th.
Yeah, it's his 4th.
And as well as he was playing, and I know it's a 22-point game, but don't put yourself on the bench getting your 4th on that one.
And I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't take Coach Rossitano too awful long to make his lineup big again. Heisel outside, drops it off to Harrison. Harrison, the left side now. Davis wants to take the drive, forces up a running jumper from about 12. That one no good. Slavic there for the rebound for Westlake. Gets it out quickly. Heading down court, Josh Gibson running floater. That one no good. Rebound comes down. Davier Andrews works it forward. Heisel outside the arc. Couple dribbles into the lane, sends it out. Davis, 3-ball. That one no good. Rebound loose. Picked up in the lane. That shot no good. Tip. And the follow for Xavier Harrison is good. He had a couple shots at it. Finally dropped in his 4th point of the ball game. And here comes the pressure from Lorain High with Skelly sitting on the bench.
So they got to try to do something here with a 20-point deficit staring them in the face.
Just over 2 minutes left in the 3rd quarter.
Well, Westlake going almost like a 5-out now. They almost have 5 ball handlers on the floor themselves to handle this pressure.
Valadez outside the arc, tries to work off the screen, thought about the 3-ball, put it back in the holster, gets it out to Meek. Meek's going to be beat up by Heisel. Slavic was there for a moment. Meek will spin into the lane from 12 feet. That's a good shot.
That was a very nice move by Meek. He's nice job tonight.
He's got 11 in the ball game, 46-24. Top of the key, Harrison drops it back out to Davis. Davis a couple dribbles, and Lorain High at some points got to develop a sense of urgency here. You don't need it back in all at once, but you need to get a couple chunks here. 3-ball on the way. Andrews, that one no good. Rebound tipped around a little bit, comes down in the hands of Westlake. They'll head up court. They'll get it out top. Valadez gets it back out to Meek.
You see, the problem is Westlake's defense is forcing them to make shots from the outside, and Lorain is just not shooting it well from there tonight.
Trujillo's shot swatted away by Harrison. Fast break opportunity. Heisel wants to split the double team in the middle of the lane. Throws up a shot. Was nowhere near the hoop. Slavic pulls it down. Running jumper at the other end. That one no good. Harrison with another rebound. Pushing forward. Going down the other way. That's Moon outside the arc, sends it back out top. Harrison one dribble, finds Heisel, then down to the baseline, and Davis wants to drive, gets turned away. Xavier Andrews back to Davis, wants the baseline drive, goes up. They're going to say no. That foul on the floor, well outside.
Nice drive by Davis. That was one time that the Westlake help defense wasn't there.
Foul was called on Slavic. That's going to be his 2nd, team 5th.
I've got the Titans at 2 for 14 from twos this quarter, Don.
Oof, that ain't going to get it done.
No, it's not.
Against anybody. Harrison, bounce pass down to the baseline. 3-ball on the way from Jamar Ross is good. So the sophomore comes in off the bench and spots the long ball to start things off. 18, 17, 16 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. 46-27 in favor of Westlake. Interesting question is Skelly going to come back out for the top of the 4th quarter? You're going to get a 5-second call. A little bit of John and chit-chatting out there as well. I think talking's part of the game, but you can't let it get anything more than just that. Kevin Davis, top of the key, works to the elbow, tries to get the shot off. It's going to be battered around, picked up by Valadez, and no shot. As Westlake has extended their lead into this 4th quarter, 46-27. We're going to step away for just a minute. When we come back, 4th quarter action right here on the Cool Cat 1380 and the Lorain County Sports Network, as well as WLCS TV 20. 8 minutes left in this one, a 19-point difference, 46-27 in favor of Westlake, a 19-8 quarter.
Yeah, Lorain did a better job of taking care of the ball. They only had 3 turnovers. Their shooting was just horrible. You know, and I don't know if you're going to, I mean, some of it goes to the Westlake, you know, influence, but sooner or later you got to knock down some shots, and the only way they're going to get back in this thing is they're going to have to nail some three-pointers to make up this huge deficit.
McKees Beach has the ball between the circles, steps off to the left side. Valadis with the shot from three-point range. I don't understand why.
Maybe Westlake will let him back in at shooting like that.
No kidding. With the ball is Andrews, gets it back out top, drops it off to Heisel, wanted to fire the three. Still wants to, one dribble, sends it all the way across. Jamar Ross, 3-ball, does everything but go in. Comes off the rim into the hands of Hadib. Goes the other way, behind his back to the right side. Sends it out to Valadis and gets it back. Hadib steps into the lane, is going to get fouled and go to the line for a couple.
Well, see, I like what Westlake can do. I mean, obviously Skelly is the main man, but Meek is a good offensive player, and Habib Nissan is a good offensive player. I mean, it's almost a three-headed monster out there.
It is. Then you add in some of the defensive presence otherwise.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Hadib able to make the first free throw. He's got a baker's dozen in the ball game thus far. 47-27, a 20-point difference here in favor of Westlake. This is a good ball club. Misses the second one. Meek gets the rebound. I don't know how you let that happen. Spins and puts it in.
And a real good finish with his left hand as well.
You got 3 players in double figures here for Westlake. Hadib Nissan has 13. Meek has 13. Gavin Skelly has 14. That's pretty good distribution.
Absolutely.
3-ball that time, no good for Jamar Ross. Picked back off by Harrison. He's going to get whistled for the travel as he goes back up with it. John Rossitano says, hey, wait a minute. He's counting the steps, pointing out the steps and the shot, and basically being ignored.
Yeah, a lot of frustration for Coach Rossitano. I mean, his team, they just haven't played well tonight, and that's tough to accept on your home floor.
McKees Beach with the ball for Westlake. Spins it out to the right side. 3-ball on the way. Misses wildly. Rebound comes down to Ross. He'll spin away from pressure. Leave it back to Williamson. Wants to get up court. Hesitates at the top. Goes to the elbow. Drops it outside. Andrews hesitates. Spins toward the baseline. Off the glass and in. Nice take.
Well, real nice move right there.
That's 7 points for Davier. It still leaves it at a 20-point difference, though. You can't play match him right now if you're Lorain High. Meek spots it. Turnaround jumper from 12. I mean, I don't know how he got that off.
There's times they shoot the basketball, Westlake, and you think, what are they doing? But they're doing it.
A nice takedown at the other end, and a good old-fashioned three-point play this time. Andrews rather, with his 9th point of the ball game. He'll spin and put it up off the glass and get fouled in the process.
I'll tell you what, Andrews has done a nice job here of late. I mean, he's starting to try to bring this team back by himself a little bit.
Sophomore makes the free throw, puts himself in double figures. He's the only Lorain High ball player in double figures right now.
Well, that's normally a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, with 6 minutes left in the ball game, absolutely. Beach, high pass, tried to find Hadib, ends up in the hands of one of the Titan cheerleaders.
Oh, I'd be losing my mind. Coach Hood looks so cool. I'm like, 19 points? Where are you going throwing the ball away? Are you kidding me? Oh, Lordy.
Long 3-ball. Heisel off the pass. There you go. Devon Heisel now has 6. He hit the first basket of the ball game for Lorain, and it's taken him this long to get another one to drop. And you're going to get an offensive foul going down the other way. That one on Joe Hadib. That'll be his 3rd, team 7th. You're not going to shoot on that one. The boy, again, some of the things, and you were saying this earlier, that Westlake's doing right now, you don't need to push quite so hard.
No, I mean, back off the gas a little bit. And what it's done is they have brought Gavin Skelly back in the game here at 5:44. Momentum shifting a little bit here to the Titans.
I would think offensively, someone's got to take the ball right at him. I would think. He and Devon Heisel are going to match up outside. Boy, that's just 5'10 versus 6'9.
Right.
How does that work? 3-ball. Williamson leaves that one a little short. It'll bounce up over top of the superstructure and out of bounds. And Kevin Skelly waves his team down the court. He says, I got this against Well, apparently he's not going to, but he wanted it.
Yeah, nice little outlet there.
No doubt about that.
Man.
Almost a travel. Late whistle. That one coming out of the bleachers here at Lorain High School.
Were we on tape delay there on that? What was that?
Wow.
It was the right call, but it took a while.
I agree. And players getting talked to about getting a little too chatty.
Westlake's really got sloppy here the last 3 possessions. I mean, Meek was able to make a tough shot for them, but other than that, turnovers, they have lost their edge here a little bit.
Lorain High is going to get the ball here. Foul line extended on the opposite side of the court. 16-point difference now. Williamson works right side. Heisel thought about the 3, stepped away from pressure. Still couldn't get it off because Skelly's so long and immediately in front of him. Williamson trying to work against pressure from Beach. Slices along the right side. Spots the outside shot. 3 ball. That one no good for Andrews. Putback is good for Rashad Berry. That's only his 4th point of the ball game.
And Skelly right there couldn't do anything about it, or he'd have had his 5th foul.
Beach works to the right side. Finds Meek outside the arc. Works off the screen and tries to go back to Skelly. He's going to be denied. Skelly will finally pop out and get it. Ross was D'ing him up.
Yeah, Lorain really trying to turn up the pressure here.
And we got a timeout coming off the Westlake bench. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. Remind everybody, stick around for our post-game show, brought to you by LorainCounty.com. All of our broadcasts are simulcast on and archived online at LorainCounty.com. I want to invite you to join us there. You can also check out this broadcast with video, WLCS, if you live in Lorain, and check out their YouTube page as well.
Well, I was trying to watch Coach Hood there in the timeout, and I think he was just kind of telling his kids that let's cut out the nonsense and start playing again. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot of strategy here. I don't think he called a play or anything, but he was basically telling them what we've been watching here the last couple minutes, which is they have gone completely away from what they did building that huge lead. And, Lorain's back in this game here. A couple more possessions, Don. It get real interesting.
Yeah. Down to 14 with 4:39 left, 51-37. Skelly off the inbounds, too easy.
Well, I mean,
I don't know what you do.
Lob it up to 6'9", and you got to get a guy in front of him, a guy behind him, and just push like crazy without getting caught.
3-pointer attempt, that one no good. Barry with the rebound, may have gotten hit from behind. Putback is good. I want to say that was Andrews that got it for his 12th point of the ball game. Not positive of that. Meek works to the elbow, tries to send it back outside. Looks like Westlake content to work their offense a little bit more here. Right side, Meek tries to bounce it inside. Ball knocked away, still loose. Skelly picks it up along the baseline and puts it in.
That time the ball bounced the right way for the Demons, allowing Skelly to get an easy bucket.
Yeah, 6'9" and you're getting garbage points. Just ain't fair.
No.
Heisel drops it down toward the baseline. Xavier Andrews sends it back to Rashad Berry. Berry will set a screen, then get the ball back at the elbow, actually outside the arc. His arms are long enough to reach the elbow. They'll try to pass it inside, ball on the ground. Skelly's going to pick it up. Head the other way, another turnover for the Titans. Beach, top of the key, left side, Meek. Fake the 3-ball, step through, got called for the travel. Thought he had somebody available.
Well, you got to bend your knees. I mean, he stood straight up and he dragged that foot. You don't do that if you bend your knees and throw the ball with 2 hands. But, yeah, you're right. He thought he saw somebody, but before he could deliver the pass, he traveled.
Davis out top here for the Titans. Works to the right side. Heisel will pop out. Davis left side wants to drive. Stops on a dime. Sends it back. 3-ball on the way. That one no good. Andrews. Davis is going to run through, get the rebound. Smallest guy on the court gets that one. They'll bounce pass underneath. Barry with the layup and 2. Rashad Berry with his 6th point of the ball game. Timeout on the court is a full timeout, which means we take a break as well. 3:05 left in the ball game. 14-point difference. 55-41 in favor of Westlake over Lorain. We'll be right back on the Cool Cat 1380, Lorain County Sports Network and WLCS TV 20. Welcome back to Lorain High School, 55-41, Westlake over Lorain. There aren't too many games when you can point to 3.5 minutes and say, that was the difference in the game, Coach.
Right, but as we talked about during the break there, the start of the third quarter allowed the Demons, mainly on the back of Gavin Skelly, to push this thing out to, they had a 22-point lead at one time. Well, Lorain's credit is they've cut it to 14, but tough to overcome that.
Clearly not over, but, you got less than 3 minutes here, and you get the foul called on Lorain High. And I think they got that on Davier Andrews. That'll be his first, team 8. That's going to send Meek to the line.
Now it'll come down to a free throw shooting contest, most likely for Westlake, the rest of their possessions.
And you look who they've got on the court, and those guys are all pretty decent shooters. You got Skelly out there, you've got Hadib, Beach, Brown, who again, just fundamentally sound basketball player. I would imagine can shoot a free throw or two.
Either that or they're going to tell him to go stand in the corner.
You don't get to touch it?
Well, if you're a team player, you understand that.
Yep. Beach is out there as well. Meek makes both of those free throws for his 16th and 17th points of the ball game.
I'm speaking from experience, Don. That's what I was always told anyway. I'm like, I thought I was a guard. Yeah, you go to the other corner.
I was always said, if there's not colored paint under your feet, you shouldn't be shooting. So I was limited. Lorain High taking time setting up their offense here, down by 16, less than 3 minutes left. Free ball fired and good that time. Davier Andrews, he's got 15. The sophomore wasn't on the varsity roster coming into the ball game.
I'll tell you what, Andrews has really had a nice ball game, and here's Westlake turning it over.
How do you miss 6'9" over his head?
You got to make sure 6'9's looking at you, because 6'9 doesn't even have eyes in the back of his head either.
57-44, 2:26 left in the ball game. You said it. I'm going to repeat what you said. Credit the Titans for working back into this one.
They're not going away.
Davier Andrews with the ball out top. Long three ball again. That one front of the rim. Rebound goes out of bounds off of Westlake. Sending Lorain High ball. Joe Hadid trying to pull that one back in, couldn't do so.
Well, there was no box out. It's a long shot. It's going to be a long rebound, and nobody from Westlake boxed out. They just tried to go get the ball, and Lorain was able to get possession back.
It's well out top to Andrews. Again, backs away from pressure, goes to the right side high, so Brown's going to D him up. Sends it to the left side. Williamson drives, spins into the lane. Little shovel pass underneath to Rashad Berry. Forced the shot. Again, he didn't do anything with it, but credit Skelly's presence, I think. Right side, Meek with the shot down at the other end. That one no good. Berry fires that one back inbounds, saves it from out of bounds. There goes Skelly through the lane off the pass from Brown for another deuce. He's got 20.
That was a big turn there. Titans could have had that thing down to 11-point ball game.
Andrews with the ball, slices through the lane, lays it in. He's got 17, and that's impressive. Full timeout. We'll take a break as well with a minute and a half left. 59-46 in favor of Westlake. We'll be right back on the Cool Cat 1380 and WLCS TV 20.
To the men and women of the United States Armed Forces, the USO is home. The USO depends on the generosity of the American people. Donate today at USO.org.
59-46, Westlake over Lorain as the Titans continue to whittle away. Problem for them right now is the number of ticks left on the clock, 90.
We've talked a lot about Gavin Skelly, and rightfully so. But how about the job by Davier Andrews tonight?
I know. Sophomore, not on the varsity roster, gets added tonight because of some of the old players. Puts in 17.
He might be on that varsity roster from now on.
I'm thinking there's a takeaway. Barry comes away with it going the other way. Davis has his shot pegged by Skelly, but Barry there to clean up behind it. I mean, that was pegged against the glass. Down to 11-point difference with 1:06 left. I don't know if Joe's going to replay that one on WLCS. Probably. He's nodding his head. That was wicked.
That was a very impressive block. But, again, I mean, Lorain gets their 2 out of it. Probably going to be too little too late, but good to see that they're battling. I mean, they're just battling here.
Meek with the free throw at the other end. That one no good. Rebound comes down to Xavier Andrews. Gets it out quick. Williamson outside the arc. Crosses over. Wants the baseline drive. Puts it up. Skelly there to knock it away. Pulls down his own rebound. Gets it out quickly. Beach down at the other end. Trying to play keep away right now. Works toward the baseline. Then gets fouled. That one's going to be called on Jamar Ross. His second. Team ninth.
And that's such a luxury having a kid like that I mean, not too many kids can do that.
Right.
You're right. Lorain, that's a chance for, driving layup there, and he simply blocks the thing, grabs it, and now his team goes down and makes a free throw. I mean, just a huge defensive play.
Beach is the first one, and I stand corrected here. That was the 10th team foul on Lorain. So Beach will have 2 here. Able to hit both of those. 61-48. There's a lot to be said for this Lorain High squad. Boy, Ross spots a way deep three-pointer, probably 24, 25 feet, misses that one. And the foul comes up on the edge. Williamson's going to get called for the foul, and he's going to send Joe Hadid to the line.
Yeah, Hadid with a chance to pad some stats here.
Yeah.
It was, like we talked about it, that 3.5-minute stretch to start the second half really put this game away for all intents and purposes. The Titans made, good little comeback here, but it's just too far to come, and you got to be so perfect to try to overcome a lead like that.
Hadid does not make both of those. Leads at 61-48. 3-ball is good for Damon Heisel. It'll be his 9th point of the ball game, down to a 10-point difference. Lorain High playing full court pressure here. There's the quick foul as Xavier Andrews comes up and grabs hold of McKees Beach. Andrews, that'll be his second foul. Walk down the other way for a couple. Beach with 4 points in the ball game, made his last 2 free throws.
Well, he needs to make one of these anyway.
Leaves the first one
Maybe
well
not.
short. 23 seconds left in this one. Still a 10-point difference.
Here's where Coach Rossitano would love to be able to buy one more minute.
I'm thinking. Going the other way, Williamson will let the ball roll as far as he can. Heisel, another 3-ball. That one's going to be short, rebounded by Trujillo. And Ross just there hawking him, and there's the foul. And that was one that Coach Rossitano was calling for. And by the way, we were talking about Lorain High being sick. I know that Coach Rossitano dealing with the same problem that everybody. I think it's spread all over the place. I was talking with Brian Corey, the athletic director. He's sick. He's got it. So I don't know what's going on.
It usually happens to teams at some point in the year. So I guess maybe if there's a good point to it, it's happening early enough to them. But virtually every team will go through that. I mean, it's the beauty of the Ohio winter.
Yeah.
And it's such a long season that your teams get ill, and it goes through, and it's frustrating. There's nothing you can do about it, but maybe the silver lining is they're getting it out of the way early.
Yeah. Trujillo makes 1 of 2 for his 3rd point of the ball game. Williamson going the other way, comes across the timeline. Hands off, Heisel, pump fake, spots a 3 after he steps away. That one's short, rebound comes down to Hadid. He's going to circle around and let this one wrap itself up as long as no one's going to D him up, and that is the case. Westlake's going to go away a winner here, 63-51 over Lorain High. A game Lorain High squad in that 4th quarter in particular, but a couple minutes in that 3rd quarter really made all the difference in the world.
This has been a production of Lorain City Schools, TV 20 WLCS.
To purchase a high-quality copy of the program you just viewed, please call Lorain City Schools Television at 282-8400.